Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you my journal collection and why I love journaling. I'll go through a basic summary of when I wrote the journal and why I did, and wait until the end of this video as I will give a ranking of all my journals from my favorite to least favorite. Let's get going. Journaling has always been something that I've loved to do. Ever since I was little, I always wanted to remember what happened on a specific day and to read my old entries and see what I wrote about. Yes, I love to read previous entries now that I've gotten older, but I believe writing is a lot more than just that. My journal entries have shown me how I've matured over the years, and I've realized while talking to a friend that journaling also helps me with my memory, as I'm known at my school for having a really good memory, and I think journaling has a lot to do with that.
So once upon a time, when I was a little third grader during spring break, we went to, I think it was St. Louis. It was not St. Louis. So we went to a world market, if you know what that is, and we were allowed to get a souvenir. But I did not want anything from this world market because we don't have one where I live. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna get something from Five Below. And what I got was this diary. My very first diary. Always wanted to write a diary, and this was my chance to start writing in one. So this lasted me from, I think, the end of third grade. I'd never wrote in third grade, but it was just like a couple times I would just be like write the most random stuff down. My very first entry isn't about me, and I wrote about the weirdest stuff in here. And then so it lasted me from third grade all the way to, so I kind of wrote in fourth grade, but it was not like consistently. And then I started really writing in fifth grade in November of 2019. And that's like where it all kicked off. And I finished writing this in January 2020. So like the middle of fifth grade. This was third and fourth grade, and that was fifth grade. That's how much I wrote in my diary. Comparison. Because I also numbered my pages 1 through 43 or fourth grade. I think pages like 44 to like 200 something is fifth grade. I wrote a lot in fifth grade. So yeah, first diary. So after I finished my first diary, I did not have a journal around the house except for this that I got from Walmart for, I just like drew stuff in like fourth grade for the field trip, and I never used it after that. So I took off the beginning pages of it and started this diary. This is the shortest diary I've ever written in. It lasted me for a little over a month. So like from January 2020 to March 2020. It was like January 22nd to like March 13th, I think. Yeah, that's right. So I can remember everything. So yeah, and this diary, it wasn't really, I wrote about the same thing in every single entry. But there was like different stories around it, and sometimes I would bring this to school and write in it, but then people started getting suspicious, and I just stopped writing this. Not forever though. So yeah, this is not lasting long. It lasted me until what I thought was gonna be the end of spring break, and then COVID hits. So before COVID started, my family went to Universal for spring break. This is 2020, March of 2020, and one of my souvenirs, I got like a couple souvenirs, and one of the souvenirs, because Universal is so expensive, I got a composition notebook as my third diary of Gryffindor, because I'm in the Gryffindor house, and that's obsessed with Harry Potter at the time. And it was $3. I don't know why, but yeah, this lasted me from COVID to October 2020, because the thing is that I didn't write like every single day, because I eventually got really bored of writing, because again, we were stuck at home for like a long time. This is COVID, this is sixth grade, so it wasn't really that much. I wrote a lot during COVID, but like it was mostly just like big letters everywhere, because I just wanted to fill all the pages. So this one's not really an interesting diary in my opinion, / journal. For my birthday in 2020, I asked for a journal / diary, and the diary I got was, I thought was gonna be normal size, like just like an 8 by 11 inch. It's this. It's a really tiny pocket notebook, basically. But it has a lot of pages. It's a really thick book, but like it's really small. And I'm just like, yeah. That's also kind of the reason why I went to my third diary, so that way I could write this one, even though it was like really, really small. But yeah, this lasted me, again, 2 months, from October to December, like literally October 1st to November 30th of 2020. Also, a lot happened to me, like mentally at this time, so I was just writing every single day about what happened. It was really hard for me, but this kind of helped. Even though the thing was, when the really hard thing happened, my people were telling me, you have to stop writing in your diary, that's probably why it's so bad for you. Are you kidding me? This is the only thing that's keeping me stable. So then comes the longest diary that I've written in. It's not like the biggest diary, but like it took me the longest time to write in. Was this diary, and I got this. We were randomly just going out shopping. Like we were having brunch or something, and we went to this cute like gift shop thing, and they had this. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to get it. It was only like $10 too. And it's a pretty like small journal / diary. Yeah. And see, after I like started like getting better and stuff, I wrote in this diary. Also, I was transferring to a new school, and I did not want to write in this anymore, because I wasn't happy at my new school. So I wrote from December 2020 to October 2021. Because again, I finished this diary. I took like a 3-month break between June and October, because I had to like I had to adjust to my new school, and then stuff started happening. So I was just like, you're coming back. And then at the time, I did not have a like actual diary, so I wrote in my notebook for like the rest of my 7th grade school. The first half of my 7th grade school year. It was about like 50 pages. It wasn't that much. But less, I don't know. So that was considered diary 5.5. I don't have it with me right now, just so you know. And then comes what in my opinion, my favorite diary I've ever written in, which is this diary, my 6th diary. It's a really like kind of kiddish cover, but like it has a combination lock, which is always useful. And yeah, it's just, there were a lot of like significant things that happened in my life that I wrote about in this diary, and one of them's actually about to like the anniversary of one of them is about to happen tomorrow. So I'm really excited for that. But this is just one of those diaries where like I can read it the entire way through and I won't be bored by it. It was one of my favorite diaries to write in. That being said, it took me from January to August of 2022, yeah, to write in it. But I did not write that much this summer. That kind of makes up for it. Like, I didn't write every day. I just like wrote like when stuff happened at school and stuff, like important things. So it's just like, you know what? I'm keeping this. This is my favorite one. So you already have a surprise. This is gonna be my favorite out of the ranking. So then, after my 6th diary, which took me a very long time to write, for my 14th birthday, for my 14th birthday, I got this diary, my 7th diary. This is the same brand as the 6th one. It's on Amazon, by the way. Like, if you just search up diary, this is what comes up. Well, really, the other one. And this was my 8th grade diary, basically. It lasted me from August of 2022 to, I think, March of 2023. And I don't know, it was a good diary to write in. It's just not a lot of stuff happened. Actually, no, a lot of stuff happened. What am I saying? This is before, like, another bad thing happens in my life. Like, this is right before it, no, wait. No, this is right before it happens. So, like, it was fun to write in. It's just, it took me a very long time to write in it, if you know what I mean. My next diary is actually a composition notebook again. This was my 7th grade literature composition notebook that we only used 2 times. And I just decided to turn it into a diary because I did not have a diary. So I used this. And this was mostly from the summer between 8th and freshman year. So, like, that's most of the entries. But this lasted me from March of 2023 to August of 2024. Yeah, like end of August. And this is when another bad thing happened in my life. The start of something that keeps on happening for around a year or two. And this, well, I don't know if it's gonna end, but like, yeah. And this definitely, this one was a fun one to write in because I liked seeing like what I did during the summer, because like I always wrote on the days I did not have something to do. So it was really fun to write during those times. But like once school started freshman year, I was just like, you know what, no. And then the bookmarks on here because I like reading the entry from a year prior to the day of. And I actually read this last night, April 26th. And yeah, and I don't like looking at it either, so I'm not gonna that, but yeah, very messy. Then for my past birthday, I got my 9th journal / diary with the bird on it. Got it from Amazon too. But this is like one of my favorite diaries ever because I don't know, it's just I liked the pages, they were thick and stuff. And like this lasted me, I think, from September of 2023 to this year, but I don't remember when. Oh, at beginning of January. This is one of my shorter diaries because a lot happened and I had a lot to write about. A lot of bad stuff happened, but like this is one of my favorites because like I don't know, it's just fun to read a lot of the diary entries. And my very last entry is so sad, and it doesn't make me cry or anything, but like it's just one of those entries where like it's sad and it shows how I've matured and how I've grown to actually writing about sad entries, because like a lot of my entries are happy entries and not a lot of them are sad. So yeah. And then I get down to my final diary / journal. Actually, no, this is my first official journal. All the other ones are diaries. And it's this one with the pen. So this is my 10th diary first journal, basically. It's from like all of this year, basically, except for like the first 2 weeks of January. And I am here. That's what the part I've written in. This is the part I've not written in yet. And this is also one of my favorites because like, again, a lot of bad stuff has happened. I just like seeing how I react to it. And also this was when I started daily journaling for the first time, except I kind of broke the last week. I forgot to write last Saturday. No one has to know, but this is just one of my favorites because like, again, the pages are thick and I have enough space, and It's just writing every day helps me like see a change in time instead of just like writing one day, writing 2 weeks later. Like this helps a lot. It helps me remember what happened during the day and also just helps me to stay on task in a way.
Now I'm going to rank all my diaries from 1 to 10, and I've actually already done this before, so I'm just gonna base it off that one thing I have. So yay, let's get going.
The only reason why this is number 10 is because I did not really write in this that much, and it's kind of boring to read. This one was honestly just really boring to read as well, and also it's during COVID, and nothing happened during COVID, so that meant nothing happened in this diary. This one's just sad. Like, I feel bad now about what I did, and I don't like the way I wrote what happened in this diary. This one was okay, but I wish I had written it for a more amount of time. Like, I wish it was the same entries in this diary, but like more. This kind of just went all over the place, and like most of the time I didn't even know what I wanted to write about, so I just wrote about the most random stuff.
The only reason why this is here right now is because I haven't even finished it, but it's a pretty good diary to read. Like, I actually enjoy reading this a lot. This one has a lot of like important entries in it. That's like the only reason why it's here. If I were to read this again, I would. It's just one of my favorites to read, just beginning to end. This is one of the funniest ones to read. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I'll just read this and it'll just make my entire day. I really like this diary. No explanation needed. This is the best one overall. Now that I've basically explained to you the past 6 years of my life, I hope you understand why I love journaling so much and why it's one of my favorite hobbies. I also hope you start journaling as well. It's a really fun thing to do in my opinion. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel and turn on all notifications so that way you never miss one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time. Bye!